Alrighty, so let's do a warm up to start with, if that's okay, Bev. So the first thing I was thinking we might do is turning your neck from side to side. So we can start going maybe to the left and then to the right. And this is just a nice way to loosen up through all the muscles and bones in your neck to get you ready to start exercising. Now, everybody's different. Some people can go a bit further. Others might have not quite so much range. And that's okay. How does that feel for you?
That feels fine.
Excellent. All right, and we'll stop that. So the next one, if you're okay with that, Bev, is grab your arm as best you can. And everybody will have different abilities to do that. And then we're going to try and turn from side to side. Now, the speed doesn't matter here. It's just to try and loosen up.
This is a good exercise to do in bed too, first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
By swinging your knees from side to side. I do that too usually.
Terrific. And you do that to try and loosen up through your body after a long night's rest?
Absolutely. I'm as stiff as a board first thing in the morning.
Yeah. It's a great tip. Thanks, Bev. Lovely. Feeling a little bit less stiff in your back?
I think so.
Excellent.
Another thing I do too is touch the ground.
Yeah.
That kind of helps a bit too sometimes.
Excellent. Thank you for that tip. And the last one to warm up we might do is just gentle marching on the spot. So again, the speed doesn't matter here. It's about getting the muscles and the joints moving in preparation for exercise. Now, if you can only lift one leg, that's perfectly fine, or both like Bev is doing. That's also okay. Whatever is possible and comfortable for you. Lovely. Maybe a couple more on each side, and then hopefully you're feeling nice and warm to get started. Well done. Great job. One of the exercises that Bev does at home is walking up and down her hallway. And she does this on a regular basis to keep fit and active at home.
Now what I do here is this. This is how I'm supposed to learn to use this leg brace. I have been known to do up to 10 minutes doing this.
Fantastic.
It drives me mad, but we do it anyway.
That's terrific. And if we could maybe do one more of that, Bev, if you feel comfortable, her to do about 5 minutes of this exercise and then combine it with other exercises. But at the moment, unfortunately, Bev has a slightly sore leg, so won't be able to do quite as much today.
And Botox is the best cure. That really is.
And that works for you. Terrific.
Because that'll flatten my toes out.
Yeah. Terrific.
And I'm supposed to remember to keep my head up.
Yeah. And this is a nice, safe position for Bev to do her exercises in her kitchen. She's got the bench there for her balance. Is this hard for you, Bev, or is it?
No, I've really got to think about it.
Yeah, good.
So I've got to remember to go slow enough to put my weight all through my left foot.
Yep, terrific.
Which I don't always do.
And that's okay.
But we found that if I can make sure all the weight goes through my left foot, it's less likely to twist.
Terrific. And do you feel like your walking is getting better?
Oh, it certainly is.
Excellent.
My left knee actually bends now.
Yep.
It wouldn't before.
Well done, Bev. So the last exercise we're going to do, or you're going to do, is using the pedals. Alrighty, so if you have pedals like this at home, you can do that as part of your exercise routine. Bev's got a beautiful setup where she's got a little block that stops the pedals from moving, so it's nice and safe, and it means that Bev's legs stay on the pedals. How long would you normally spend on the pedals, Bev?
Well, once upon a time I used to spend 30 minutes doing this.
Wow. So Bev's going to show you how she uses the pedals, but what we'd recommend is to aim for 5 minutes, and if you can go somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes as part of your workout, that's great, as long as it contributes to your 30 minutes overall.
So I used to do 30 minutes and see how far I could pedal in that time.
Oh yeah.
Because the thing had both on it.
Yep.
At the moment, I'm having trouble trying to keep my feet on the pedal.
That's okay, Bev. And you just do what you're comfortable with. This is a great demonstration of this exercise. But given you've got pain in your leg, only do what you feel comfortable with today. That's excellent. And as Bev was saying, this is quite an inexpensive item that you can purchase from...
It came from Aldi.
This one came from Aldi, yeah. So there's a few places you can buy these pieces of equipment. Some come at a very reasonable price, and of course, like anything, some come at a very unreasonable price.
I think this one was about $49, so it was just under 50 if I remember rightly.
Yeah, terrific. Well done. Thank you for showing us that. Bev, you've done an excellent job with the workout today. So we'll finish off with a cool down. The first thing I generally like to do is to do some deep breathing just to settle everything down after the workout. So breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And you could do between 3 and 5. One more.
My physio tells me that the stroke has even affected the muscles of my left lung. So my left lung doesn't expand like most people's does.
Harder to get the air in, yeah. Do you find when you do some deep breathing it helps to feel less breathless?
Not really.
Not really.
I know it's supposed to, but when I'm lying flat in bed, I can breathe in.
Yeah.
I try to breathe with so push my diaphragm out and breathe out slowly using that.
Yeah, no, that's great. The next one we might do for cool down, Bev, is just to bring your arm up and down. So just gently, so it's not about speed anymore. It's just settling the body down after a workout. How does that feel?
That's fine.
Excellent. Lovely. So we'll do a few of those. And then we'll finish off with a stretch of your right leg. Now, whoever's watching at home may choose to do stretches of both legs if they can, or they can just do the leg that's affected most for them. In Bev's case, we're going to try and do the stretch on the right hamstring. So
we could possibly try the left.
Well, how about we give the right a go first? So the way to do that stretch is to stretch the leg out, putting the heel down onto the ground and trying to reach forward. Now, you can press on the knee if you feel like you need to do it, or you can just rest your hand on the knee. For me, I'm just resting on my knee, and I can feel a stretch at the back of the thigh. Does it feel like a stretch at the back for you?
There's a bit of a stretch there.
Terrific. And typically, the further forward you go, the more intense the stretch is, but often the more uncomfortable. So find that sweet spot for you. And we hold the stretches generally for about 15 to 30 seconds, just whatever is comfortable for you. And if you do a couple of those, maybe 3 after the exercise, it will feel a lot looser when you finish. Brilliant. And we'll come back up. So bring the heel back in. Did you want to try the left one?
We'll try.
We'll give it a go.
It'd be easy if you could lean forward with your left arm, but I can't do that.
Yeah, that's really good there, Bev. Is that comfortable enough?
That's not too bad. That's a really good stretch, actually. I need to stretch my, whatever those muscles are.
Hamstrings, yeah. And you're right. It's the leg that is more challenging to move. It's often the one that needs the stretch the most. Just being careful that there's no pain in your back when you do that.
No, my back's fine.
Excellent.
My hamstrings aren't so wonderful, but that's okay.
Well, all the more reason to do a stretch, isn't it? And you can do these sort of stretches as often as you like throughout the day. There's no real limit. If it makes you comfortable, it's worth doing. Excellent. Well done. That is the end of your workout today. Great job.
Sounds brilliant. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.